I do represent BetaTec Hop Products. We are a division of the John I. Haas Company, which is a family-run hop breeder, grower, trader, one of the largest in the world. It's a family-run business. We're on our 8th generation, 250 years in the industry. So we do beer in a big way. And BetaTec was spun off about 22, 23 years ago to start looking at the rest of the hop that the brewers don't want or can't use, to go beyond a beverage, a beer beverage. So we've come up with several different product categories where BetaTec is an all-natural product to replace, to be frank, a lot of bad things, either antibiotics or nasty chemicals in productions of, say, ethanol, sugar, yeast, high-end yeast strains. It could be a replacement for pharmaceuticals and the nutraceutical line. And we're also working on a lot of flavors and fragrance applications. And one of our biggest kind of global good news messaging product line that we have is a product for honeybees that are under great strain right now from a mite called the Varroa mite. So we have an all-natural antimicrobial for the honeybees. And I'm going to show you a demonstration later about how we're using some social marketing in that area in particular. So, but you did mention safety first, and that's a huge thing for me. I have a global team. We use a lot of company assets, machinery, and we're traveling all the time. So my goal, my number one goal, is the safety of not only my people, but the people that they interact with. I don't want anybody not to come home at the end of the day, and I don't want to have any unnecessary incidents. So I make safety first part of our daily exercises. And you saw at our training class, we started off with a big safety where the room was and where everybody can get out, the simple stuff, kind of blocking and tackling. But in this new COVID world, we've been working on a lot of things. Obviously, just like everybody else, my team and I have been locked down since March, which is just a crazy thing to think of. But we're starting to think of now coming out of that lockdown. And what does that look like? And how are we going to be safe? I don't want to have people, again, come in contact with anything for themselves or to bring this into our customers or partners' plants. So we're starting to really investigate and dive down and do it in steps. So the first step is going to be day trips. So I'm looking at our map and our customers, and these are going to be focused visits. So we've had no interaction for 3 months. But these are still not going to be, howdy doody visits or dropping off brochure visits. We do have a list of clients that we were either in projects with that had started already in February and got suspended, or that they had been run without our direct involvement, which normally would have happened over these last 3 months. But again, I'm looking at day trips, and they're going to be targets where we can get in say a 3 to 5 hour drive, do the visit in a safe and effective manner, and then get my people home. So we've definitely increased our PPE equipment to the sales team. I've invested in thermal thermometers for themselves and for the people they come in contact with. We've checked with our customers, so we've had to do face shields over our hard hat helmets for the ethanol industry in particular. And we've done obviously the gloves and the N95 masks. So over these last 2 months, I've actually been spending a lot of time, just like the hospitals and medical facilities, trying to find the proper equipment for my people so that we can be safe out there. And then once we get beyond that day visit, I'll go into a phase 2 really. And that'll be kind of the car trips again. I'm trying to avoid air travel. But it'll go into overnights. And, for us, a lot of our accounts are very far apart. So to go 5 hours to the first appointment and then do the appointment and then bunk down in a hotel and go to the next one the next day will be important. So that'll be phase 2. And we're also looking at different hotel chains. We know that certain ones have partnered with Lysol or Clorox, and what we're doing is we're doing some sampling right now of their COVID responses so that we can have a best practice. So when I do send the team out, we can go to one brand or another based on the safety that they're putting in place. so that we're not just going to a hotel or any kind of facility without kind of checking it out. So we actually have identified two of the major brands that are in that mid-range chain, which fits our budget, but are going to be very safe according to what they've publicized as their COVID response. And then obviously the last phase is going to be plane travel and going out in that way. So for my North American team, we are used to going by car and going in a circle, kind of a radius from where they live. They all work out of their homes. But for my global team, it's going to be a different thing. And they're going to really be kind of still in this lockdown phase until we can do air travel safely. And that is going to be a bigger challenge. We're going to have to probably wait another month or two before things start to open up in that regard. So it's a lot of coordination, to kind of summarize it for you, with local government regulations, global government regulations and quarantines, and then overall safety. I'm not mandating travel. I want to make sure that we do travel in the right way going forward. And I foresee this for the rest of the year, not just a fiscal thing, but a calendar thing. I think the rest of 2020, until we have a vaccine, is going to have to be very delicately handled and very strategic, which is different because obviously we used to go out every day, all day, and see customers and visits. It's going to definitely be more purpose oriented and with a safety in mind, more so than just plant safety. It's going to have to be environment safety.